Hello everybody, you know what time it is, so let's just jump right into it. Happy Saturday Apologetics, and now it is time to continue our series about the top 10 atheist YouTubers. Last week, Cosmic Skeptic took the top 10 spot as the best. Now presenting number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, it is... It is Rivron Adamir, otherwise known as the Apostate Prophet. Now, see, the Apostate Prophet is someone who I have a lot of love for. He constantly does work with David Wood, and despite being an atheist, I am regularly tuned in and subscribed to his channel because, hey, you don't have to be a Christian to see that Islam's probably something, as he says, stay away from Islam. So, by the way, for all you who are wondering, probably not a better time than now to bring this up. This is the Arabic letter N on my shirt, and it is pretty much what Muslims would put on a Christian's house in Islamic countries, kind of like what the Nazis did to the Jews with the Star of David. This is pretty much that version. You can look it up, IMN. This is the Arabic letter N. It stands for Nazarene. But enough about my super awesome cool shirt. Back to the Apostate Prophet. Now, the Apostate Prophet comes in underneath Alex because, and there's really no nice way to say this, I really just hope that this will be taken as constructive criticism. He cannot debate. He can't. I mean, I've watched his debate with Daniel Pikachu or whatever his name was. I've recently watched his conversation about the Kaaba where it was like 5 Islamists versus 1 apostate. And if you ever watch the Apostate Prophet, you'll notice that he does a lot of collab work with David Wood, as I mentioned before, and it's usually after he makes a video like that. And I don't want to draw attention to his flaws, but I really get the feeling the reason that he does that, the reason that he goes on and makes videos about David Wood about subjects he's recently talked about, is so that he can fix what he kind of didn't say during that other conversation. For example, he went into that conversation with the 5 Islamists saying, well, it doesn't have to be the Kaaba. There's many other places with wells. And then one of the Islamists asked him, well, go on then. Tell us about where the other wells are and what other place fits this. And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, then you shouldn't have said it. It's not that I think the Apostate Prophet is wrong. It's that he is right in all the wrong ways. You can have the most truthful statement and nobody will listen to you if you simply can't prove it. Do you ever have one of those moments? You ever have one of those moments where you're right about something, you know you're right, but you can't prove it and it bothers you? Well, at least in his collaboration with David Wood, which he made a couple days later, he did back up his argument with more evidence. And I just want to show there's no hard feelings, because look, he even hearted my comment. And he does give legitimately good arguments when he's prepared for them, like this one. And I don't know if you've watched his video with David Wood yet, but he actually mentions, he wanted to talk about prophecies in Islam, but at the very last second, he chose to talk instead about the Kaaba. And it's like, why did you do that? Don't go into a battle you're not prepared for. If you were prepared for prophecy, stick to that. Don't get sidetracked and let them drag you off somewhere else. But I just want to say, the Apostate Prophet is deserving of this 9th place, meaning he is the second best atheist out there. If you're a Christian, tune in and watch him. Sure, he might say some things that you don't like, but those things are very few and far between, and usually he's dissing one of the most easily dissable religions out there. So, that's it, everyone. The apostate prophet takes spot 9. See if you can guess who's taking spot 8.